Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 17.4 kickoff for pipeline execution. My name is Ritvik Shah, and I'm the product manager for the pipeline execution group, which covers merge trains, continuous integration, and several other key categories for making CI lovable with GitLab. I'm joined by Vitika, our product designer, and together we will present our plans for the 17.4 milestone. So let me start with this first issue, which is the work that captures a POC for integrating with GitHub without mirroring. So the present workaround to use GitHub source code management with GitLab CI introduces delays that makes CI less than real time, making it slower for developers to get feedback. And so this particular issue is about exploring technical options to understand how the integration can be done without mirroring. So we really hope that the work done in this issue will give us a way forward on how can we better integrate GitHub. Right, moving on to our next theme of continuing to improve our AI-powered feature troubleshooting, helping users troubleshooting pipeline failures. So in the next iteration, we are working on adjusting our prompt so that we can focus on errors and failures in the logs and ignore warnings, helping improve the responses in case of failures that include a lot of warnings. So we will do some internal validation, and if that looks good, then this will be the new prompt that will be used in the next milestone. Next up, again related to the troubleshooting feature, is we also learned that uh, sometimes the errors and failures fall outside of our default log truncation strategy, which means the LLM doesn't have all the context it needs to provide the response. And so we want to adjust this logic so that we make sure that the errors are sent to the LLM, and that way the users have a better chance of a response that would be helpful. So that's all for the product side. I will pass it off to Vitika to discuss the product design work. Over to you, Vitika.
Thank you so much, Ritvik. So on the design side, I'm taking a look at a few like smaller improvement issues, as well as the larger work that relates to our AI-powered features. So starting off with the small improvements, the first issue I'm going to be looking at is show who canceled the pipeline in the UI. And so currently we show a lot of information and attribute users for the different actions that they take in relation to pipelines, but we do not show like in terms of like cancellation, who canceled or like and it makes it really difficult for larger teams to coordinate better and bring in accountability. And it also leaves developers wondering most times, like how and why was a pipeline canceled. So just to make this a more usable and useful workflow, and also this is a very, I would say, anticipated change. It has a lot of upvotes, so finally we'll be getting to it, and I'm excited about that. Coming to the next one, this one is no notification for failed scheduled pipeline. So as most of you must be aware that schedules are owned by the individuals who created it, like scheduled pipelines. So when they leave an organization, a team, the ownership doesn't get transferred. And this means that no one in the team gets any notifications about the scheduled pipeline anymore. And this causes a lot of confusion, lack of coordination again, and it eventually ends up hindering the productivity of the team. So we'll be bringing in some changes here and we'll make it easier for developers to transfer ownership or have shared ownership of scheduled pipelines. And so like after all of this, what I'm planning to do or what I'm already doing right now is we have a lot of work going to determine what should be the future of the AI-powered features that we have in pipeline execution. And of course, I'm talking about root cause analysis, which allows users to troubleshoot a failed job in a few simple steps. It really crunches down the very lengthy workflow to just a few steps and saves developers so much of time. So we are trying to determine like what direction should we take going ahead, what should we include in the feature, how should we grow this feature in a way that it becomes more and more useful for developers as well as like all the other roles in the organization. So as we do that, and the reason that we are now focusing on long-term vision is because everything that we wanted to get in for the short term is mostly in. So if you're using this feature, you'll see a lot of changes that were uh, brought in the previous milestone. And currently, um, so we feel that it's in a good position and it's the right time to look at longer term goals. And moving to the next issue here, Ritvik, the last one, the tab. So this one theme that came up in our vision exercise was that we really need to boost user trust in the response that is generated by RCA. And a very apparent and obvious next step that we need to take here is we need to allow users to share feedback on what worked for them, what did not work for them. And that's what we'll be focusing on improving in this milestone. Um, yeah, and we have a lot other plans as well for improving both the accuracy and trustworthiness of the feature. For updates, just stay tuned and look up to our next kickoff video for the next milestone. That's all.
Yeah, thank you so much, Vitika. Thank you. Let us know if you have any feedback.